We are live. Welcome back. Father Miller here. I'm not on my webcam. I'll try a little bit because I'm in a different location. Got the Mega Geek here, Ian, with us. I was lagging for some reason.
You were.
So I'm on my way to see my parents. It's about an 8-10 hour drive from the parish. So I drove halfway, dropped the cat off, and we got PJ here. So
Hey,
good to see you.
How you doing, mate?
Not too bad yourselves.
I'm doing all right.
I actually got to say, I got a little frustrated. So I was finishing season 1 of Not the 9 O'Clock News, and I didn't know they only had the first season on BritBox.
Yeah,
I've not seen that for a wee while.
They're going to cancel
I
that
loved
soon.
it.
They're going to cancel that soon, I reckon.
Oh, what are they going to cancel?
Not the 9 o'clock news, mate.
Oh, they ain't going to cancel that anytime soon. Too much propaganda to be put out there.
Well,
Hey, PJ. Hey, Father.
Hi.
Hey, Majid.
I remember not the 9
Good to
o'clock
see
news.
you.
I remember laughing my head off, crying with laughter, which I thought it was the funniest thing ever, in my opinion. But yeah, it's a good show, in my
See, I only
opinion.
became familiar with Rowan Atkinson because of Mr. Bean.
Well, he did plenty of things before Mr. Bean.
Well, I
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
realize that. I only discovered Blackadder after that.
Yeah. And also the Thin Blue Line, which is a very old-fashioned
I like that
sitcom.
one. That one's
it's brilliant.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Thin
Absolutely
Blue
brilliant.
Line is superb.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, and it only went for 2 seasons. You realize how superb it was after
Yeah.
it finished. When you went revisiting it, and you sat there, and the jokes were just spot on. They were just fast, and his performance was just absolutely hilarious. Ryan Atkinson.
The 5 of them in it were really good. Because there you go, a diverse one before diverse was popular.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
it wasn't pandering, it was funny.
Yeah. I mean, just imagine that happening today. You got a gay guy playing someone that fancied a woman that was meant to be normal, that was fancying a woman in the show. I think it was Dreyfus. He was gay in real life, wasn't it? But he was playing Officer Goody, and he fancied Officer Abib, didn't he?
Mhm.
The Asian woman.
And then you had the sort of the old sergeant who couldn't be bothered. That was
that was Rudolph Walker.
Rudolph Walker.
Rudolph Walker. He's brilliant. Absolutely.
He's fantastic in everything he does.
Yeah.
He basically the War Games, Doctor Who,
Yes.
the Love Thy Neighbour.
Love Thy Neighbour. He's famous for Love Thy Neighbour.
Exactly.
Do you know Love Thy Neighbour, Father?
I haven't seen it. Tell you the one that I really fell in love with.
It's
is
not as
One
bad
Foot in
as
the Grave.
people say it is. It's not as bad. If you watch it, Rudolph Walker plays Eddie.
He
Or
does.
is it?
No, I think it's the other one.
Aye, Eddie's the white guy who it's a class struggle, but because of the time he would use
the thing
racial
is,
slurs on him.
I love the gay couple. I was going to say I love the gay couple in the British Empire.
No, but it's not. It's not. What you call it? Love Thy Neighbour is about. It was set in the 70s. It was about a black guy moved in next door to a white guy,
so this
and
is
he was
like
really
Jeffersons.
racist.
But
American
that's-
version of the
if you
Jeffersons.
look at it uses racial slurs, but it was actually classist.
Yeah,
It wasn't the fact that he was black. It was the fact that he was more successful. He had a better job, and that's what they made. But they used racial slurs. But the thing is, they never actually portrayed Eddie as any type of hero. They portrayed him as the sad one because he couldn't accept that Eddie and it's
it's a good show.
But it basically portrays him as look how sad he is because he can't accept somebody. It wouldn't have mattered if it was a white guy moved next door. He would probably did the exact same because he's upper class and I don't like him.
Yeah,
And that's the way it was played. But he used racial slurs because he was black, so they used racial slurs.
They never show that again today.
They would never show it again. No.
No way. That would never. You would not see the light of day on that.
Oh no. No.
Same thing with there's another show, Mind Your Language. They'll never ever show that.
Oh
ever.
no, that would just be put in the vault too. Like there's a lot of British humor. There's a lot of crap. Yeah,
well.
I'm shocked they let Red Dwarf on because there were some things in there too.
Well, not so much in Red Dwarf.
I don't see much in Red Dwarf that would be problematic.
Yeah, but there were a few things.
They were, but the thing is, the characters all slag each other, and I think that's where they couldn't justify it because it's not as if it was one-sided; it was one way.
Yeah, the Goodies was definitely.
Goodies.
That's one I haven't seen too many of.
Goodies is 10 out of 10.
I've got the set. I actually almost bought it twice. I bought it, and then I had to contact the company and say, "Listen, oops."
They what you call it? They cut it though, didn't they? According to my friend Matt Hott, who lives in Tasmania, he got the box set and they literally chop bits out. There's a scene in it in Eki Thump where Graham is black-faced and he plays a boxer. They cut that out apparently, and there's other stuff they've cut out as well.
Well, the one I've got doesn't have it cut out.
Father, just in case you don't know, the Goodies basically is 3 comedians.
I've heard of it.
All right. Who basically...
I mean, I know one of them died recently, too.
Yes.
Aye, that was Tim Brooke-Taylor. So you've got Tim Brooke-Taylor, Graham Gardner, and Bill Oddie.
Yes.
And Bill Oddie's known for, he's a twitcher.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's when I was growing up, it was the thing kids loved. They loved the Goodies because it was so cartoonish. It was cartoon with real people in it. They fall off the cliff and then fall on the ground and they'll get up again. It was that kind of slapstick kind of humor.
Yeah.
And they also used to take famous people in England and put them in the Goodies and take the Mickey out of them. And that was one of the best things about it as well.
Movies they played on the movie. They played on the movie King Kong, and it was a giant cat climbing up the post office tower.
Yeah. Kitten Kong, he was called. it was great.
Fun, good, clean fun. It was just taking the mickey out of everything.
Now it's not. Now you can't even get away with stuff like that anymore.
No.
This is ridiculous. Anybody watch Loki this week?
Nope.
Yeah,
No?
I did. They totally decimated the MCU within one show. I will say that.
I always got as his review.
I was watching his tweets as they came in.
I think Az's review was one-sided. I like Az.
Gary had a review, and it basically it was sort of a mix of both. But I don't really watch this stuff now because I just expect it. So it's I think the classics.
I kind of agreed with some points that he said, but not all of it. I mean, it's not that woke. There are woke moments in it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but it's not that woke.
Especially when they hit Loki for the first time, and they're like, and she's like, yeah, they literally just, pardon my French, chopped his bits off and just depowered him to make him as useless as a normal person.
This is Disney's MO. They take someone that's really masculine or evil, whatever, and basically make them cry.
Yeah.
Well,
the problem is they've got an ongoing.
Well, she's not a man.
Well, that's the thing.
It doesn't matter if it's good at the moment. You know fine well what route it's going to take, and that's the problem with a lot of stuff. So it could start off great, and then you just go, because you know the way they're going to do it.
This is Disney Marvel. This is what it is. This is not Marvel. It's Disney Marvel. So.
Well, I put a tweet up just a wee minute ago. It was a Stargate original, and then Wormhole Extreme Disney Plus.
I'm sure they'll be talking about it tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. But,
there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about tonight.
Yeah, but we're here first. So there
yes.
Yes.
Oh, we got Miss Martin Muses here.
Oh, hello.
Good to see you.
Hi. Sorry, Father. I lost track of time. I was watching the Euros.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
It was a draw. Italy versus Turkey. It was so neat to see the opening ceremony, and they were all standing. Yay!
Don't be silly. It's only going to be England that's kneeling.
I know. Each of themselves. Did you see how Scotland said, "We're going to be standing"? Well, because we want to stand against racism. It's like, no, you don't want to be booed.
Yeah.
Well, did you see what the Senate Democrats pushed the other day about withholding funding for the World Cup in 2026 unless there's pay equality?
This is
Yeah.
an hand.
Wow.
It really is.
Wait,
Just cancel the football.
wait. Is it for the American team? Is that what they're talking about?
I don't know. The way I didn't read the article, but knowing them, they probably punish the whole thing.
Well, because part of me is like, as much as I love America, it won't be a great loss if the American team is not in the World Cup. Let's just put that.
Hey, I rooted against America in the Women's World Cup.
I used to
mean,
like them until they
that
turned into jerks.
Yeah, until they went like super.
Well, that's the
woke,
thing. I mean,
so.
Yeah. And not only that, they were rude. Remember when they played England and they were like taunting them with like making little teacup things with their pinkies? I'm like, you're embarrassing us.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
That's
of
what it
the
is.
ilk that all football should be banned during the pandemic. So that's only because I don't like any sport, so I'm okay with it.
Nor do I. But England is playing on Sunday, aren't they? England, I think.
Yeah,
Sunday.
I hope they get booed. Well, first of all, a lot of these countries are Eastern European who lived under communism and stuff. So all that red salute is a really huge insult to them. It's like,
So, Teresa, so basically, the Europeans don't like England, and it's been proven now because every year we have a thing called the Eurovision Song Contest. So there you go.
yeah. Well, I mean, what could I say? England.
No
Is he-
points.
I
No
suppose.
points.
Yeah, but yeah, we need nothing like a bunch of white saviors telling the rest of the world, you need to do better. It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
You're all being very racist. Very, very.
Yeah, right.
very right. Well,
It's not good.
all I gotta say is this: I am all for anti-racism and all that blah blah blah. In my real life, any idiot can sit and kneel for a few seconds. How about getting off your
They
tush?
usually do.
Uh-huh.
Now the Brits they've got Sir Lewis Hamilton to tell us how racist we are as he hops into his private jet.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
Oh, and let's not forget about that girl that was on. What was it? That was for Bernie, and she bought a
Oh.
$2,000 home.
No,
But
2
she's-
million.
2 million.
2 million, and she's like, "You need to tax the rich." Well, sweetheart, you're part of the rich now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wrong one. Sorry, wrong image. Well, that was one I was going to show earlier too, but this is
Hey,
from the
Father,
G7.
I think is that your private messages coming up? I
Is
hope
that
not.
whack-a-mole?
No, that's Facebook.
Ooh.
No, that's a friend of mine that I was in the seminary with.
Oh, okay.
That Pop Prince's cat wants some food.
But let's see. The other one I was going to try to show. I think this is the one. Yeah, there it is.
Oh.
I can't see it because it's so small on my
Oh,
screen.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's even smaller.
okay. Let me try. Let me try something. Hold on.
Yeah. Like Father will bring up his private chat where I'm saying, I hate everyone, and I'll list all the names. And no, I do not say that. In
I hate
DMs.
the Jehovah Witnesses. I hate the.
Oh, no, don't say that. We're supposed to love everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Oh no, this is awful.
It's
I
just
know.
that I'm afraid of the dark, son.
Yeah.
That's racist.
That's racist.
That's funny. That's
That's
funny.
racist.
That's racist.
That's
I
crazy.
love. I shouldn't, but I love cyanide and happiness.
Yep.
How did we get to this point? It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous the way they're actually tackling racism. You know, the BBC thinks it's best to rewrite history and put a black Anne Boleyn in a historical show, and they don't see that as being racist. How does that
pandering.
work? How does
yeah.
that work? It's racist
Well,
against white people. That's what it is. How
how
can they
soon
not
before-
see that?
Well, it's
How soon
racist
before
against
this
black
guy-
people. I'll
Yeah,
speak
it
for
is.
you, Mega Geek, because I guess I'm.
Make this guy black.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll white explain it because I guess I'm racist, but I think it's also insulting to black people. It's like,
Of course it is.
yes, we'll let you be in a movie, but we'll only give you like roles that are for white people. It's like,
Oh,
how about? Oh my gosh, there's so many
Teresa-
different. Ugh.
Teresa, did you see the new image of the Little Mermaid movie? It is awful.
No.
Oh gosh.
the
I'm trying to
black
find-
Little
there it
Mermaid, and
is.
she had
Yeah.
she had the red hair, and I was like, oh my god, it looks bad. Like,
You know, I've said. I mean, I'm sure it's all been said before, but it's like it. I think it's racist to not come up with novel characters that are
Mhm.
also of color instead of just what they're doing, which is saying, okay, these are established legacy IP, and we'll turn them color.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think the
This
best
was from
example.
Jeremy.
Oh, that's awesome, Obama. Yeah, I think the best example we have is the Black Panther, the comic and the movie. It was an original character, and it was enormously popular. It's like, imagine that. Let's just write characters.
Wakanda forever and all that rubbish.
you know what? I
Well-
said this. I said they should let Bucky be Black Panther.
Why? He's not
Literally.
black.
I know, but let Bucky be the Black Panther. Like, Johnny Storm can be black.
Oh,
you know
we
what I'm
lost
saying?
already.
That was
Yeah,
true.
so.
No, we
But-
didn't. Sorry.
What we should do
And
is
here's the
if a
thing. Here's the
law-
tie-in. He was in Wakanda getting better. They helped him. What a better perfect and he was an ex-soldier. He knows all the military stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he was close with the royal family. They were looking for a replacement. Have Bucky step in for a bit, you know?
But
Well,
why?
You got the proud black women soldiers.
Yeah. So,
I mean, they're obviously gonna make that clever girl now the head of.
yeah, she's
Suki?
gonna because in the
Unknown.
comic it sure
Or Suri.
sorry, she was
Suri,
in the
that's it.
comics. She was the Black Panther for a bit.
Yeah.
So
Whatever.
Yeah.
What surprises me is they don't actually look at all the cultures that have got rich history and good stories.
Yep.
Why not bring them forward rather than
yeah.
They
current
won't.
Western stuff? But they can't. Do you know why? It's because if they mess it up, they'll be accused of being racist because they didn't
Yeah.
tell the story properly.
I don't know.
But
Well,
it's
Just
true,
a
right?
side
This is
note- Oh, I'm
Marvel. Sorry. Marvel, right, is not giving us what we want. They're giving us the Inhumans. They're giving us other stupid secondary characters. Not giving us Fantastic Four. Everybody wants Fantastic Four. We want the Fantastic Four. We want X-Men. Why aren't they giving us that? They're the two biggest IPs left in Marvel, and yet they're not giving us that. I tell you why they're not giving us that. It's because they have this stupid diversity agenda rubbish that they're pushing. There's no
It's not
other
what
reason.
you want.
I want
it's what
Deadpool
we
3.
determine you should
Oh
have.
yeah, but you know, Deadpool 3 is going to be super toned down from the last two.
Probably.
Father.
Yeah, we'll see.
So,
You who
Although
remembers
the comic hasn't been that good since the second one came out. I had subscribed to it, but after the second movie came out, the comic went downhill.
Yeah.
yeah, because they just want to push all this
Yeah.
agenda bullshit and be
Yeah.
Well, they
BS.
had Mega Sonic Teenage War whatever girl was in the comic.
Yeah, but there's always Gwenpool. You can go watch her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We were talking about that on somebody else's stream last night.
I remember right. I was on someone's stream. We were talking about Star Wars, and somebody said, somebody in the chat said, "Oh, you know, you got to respect Kathleen Kennedy because she was part of Raiders of the Lost Ark. She's done all these other movies and stuff like that." And I'd just like to point out, and I'll say it again in this stream, that Star Wars had changed the world.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't realize this.
Yep.
If it wasn't for Star Wars, Star Trek the motion picture would never have been made.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Star Wars, James Cameron would never have been a director. If it wasn't for Star Wars, Bollywood wouldn't have copied Star Wars. We wouldn't have Star Crash. We wouldn't have had Beyond the Stars. You know how much Star Wars, those first three films, influenced the entire world. Millions and billions of people was influenced by Star Wars. And to say that Kathleen Kennedy, we have to respect her because what she's done in the past. I'm sorry, I don't.
Mhm.
This is the woman that destroyed Star Wars. What can
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
say?
Because Star Wars literally inspired an industry and a
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just that, it also what John Williams's score did for movie scores. He brought back the leitmotif.
He did.
And
Yes.
we wouldn't
Yeah.
have Horner, or they wouldn't have had the influence or been allowed to have had the influence that they did. Jerry Goldsmith, and Danny Elfman, all of these magnificent scores.
And Trace,
Silvestri.
you must know this. You must know this at the ending. Dun-dun-dun-dun. You know what? John Williams always puts that at the end of his scores. Even in Raiders of the Stark, he has that. Dun-dun-dun-dun. And all the other composers copied him from that point on. That's how influential Star Wars was. George Lucas didn't realize what he was doing. He changed loads of people's hearts by making the first Star Wars. And as I said, for someone to come along and deliberately, there's no destroy what we love. I'm sorry, she doesn't have my respect at all.
Mega, I can even go one step further. You can say Star Trek started a ball in Star Wars, made it, expanded it, and even put it out there even further. So Star Wars and Star Trek are the grandfathers of what started everything.
Right.
You look at Star Wars was a theatrical extravaganza. Under Kathleen Kennedy, it's a coffee morning.
Yeah. So she was a bloody secretary for
The thought that I had, I was just gonna say, I saw the image of her with Harrison Ford on the set, and I gotta say, how many have seen Bubba Hotep?
I've seen that.
That is a more believable plot.
Yeah,
that is a more believable plot of a JFK and an Elvis fighting nursing home mummies than an 80-year-old Indiana Jones fighting whoever.
He's 70. He's in his 70s, not 80 yet.
But the thing that I really fear is with Phoebe Waller-Bridge is she's going to be the young, plucky archaeologist, and then they're going to put Mutt, Harrison Ford, or Indy's son, as this evil guy, and then Phoebe Waller-Bridge has to go take Indy to Mutt, and then Mutt kills him, and I'm just like, wait a minute, this is The Force Awakens all over again.
Dude, he would get taken out twice by his own son.
In a complete punk way, and left with Daisy Ridley is a lot more believable as the heroine than Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I mean, I could see Daisy doing 10 push-ups. I can't see Phoebe Waller-Bridge doing 2.
Exactly. Well, and in a way, Star Wars having women characters like that makes sense, as they had shown us in the prequels that Jedi, because their real power is the Force. So physical strength not necessarily means something like the way Yoda was able to hold his own. It's how strong you are in the Force. So if there's anything that I find a little bit believable, it would be a character that looks like Rey. Of course, they did it all wrong. But to go back to what you were saying earlier, we all know the real truth. They don't want these things to truly succeed. Their goal is to destroy our icons. And they are willing to spend $1 gazillion doing so, even if they destroy their own industry. So,
Indiana Jones is about testosterone. It's about Indy with muscles beating the crap out of the Nazis. Big spectacular stunts. It's a boy's own adventure. That's what it is. If you take the word boy out of it or man out of it, then what is Indiana Jones? It's nothing really.
It's boring.
It's boring. Yeah, and that's probably what they're going to do.
Yeah, I had my stream on Predator last night, which I watched for the first time. These movies, it's supposed to have big, muscular men, though Indiana Jones isn't necessarily that. But not only men want to see that, guess what? So do women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think it's sexist to say that
you're turning it into Time Team.
Yeah. I don't think it's sexist to say that the Predator concept, as it is, does not really work with a woman.
Of course it doesn't. Of course it
doesn't.
It can't.
No,
it can't, because you're fighting against a huge monster that has dreadlocks. And to have someone 5 foot nothing and hold your own against, it doesn't make any sense.
I just
the
don't
only
think
way that works is alien.
It's a little not believable if someone who can be on their period says, if it bleeds, it can die. That's just my opinion.
Oh my
Hey, that's about the new comic, the new comic where she's going to be flying around with armpit hair and everything
I
else.
saw the rabbi's video on that.
It's so bad, dude. It's terrible.
But the good thing is she only has her powers certain times of the month, so
Yeah, once a
sounds
month
like an
she
awful
only has
idea.
powers.
But as EVS said, if 9/11 happens on the other 25 days, what good is she?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and not just that. As a woman, I can tell you the last
lost
thing
father.
I want to see is a heroine that focuses on perhaps the worst 5 days of the month for me. Let me just put it to you that way. Without going into too much detail, it's like, no, I want to escape from all the problems in my life, and not certainly the biggest one in my life.
But for Father, I think this thing is a cult now. It's become a cult, this way of thinking, this way of actually sticking this crap into, sorry, shouldn't use the word crap, into our pop culture and into
Worse
everything.
words.
Even I was talking to my niece, my little niece who's going to be 13 soon, and she was talking about gender fluid and all that stuff. And I'm like, you're too young to be talking about rubbish. Like, you really are, know. Don't listen to them. Make your own mind up when you have a proper mind. Your mind's exploring now. Don't let them fill you with this crap.
Did you see the Blues Clues video and all that stuff?
yes.
Yeah, it
Sorry.
was.
I mean,
People
let me
would
just
go to-
bring, I'm going to put.
People used to
it
go to
on
jail
mute.
for that stuff. Used to go to jail for
Yeah.
doing that.
That's basically child abuse. Basically, they were showing underage kids things that it was inappropriate.
Yeah.
I have an opposite view of that. It's they've worked. People who are trans or whatever are trying to be accepted. Now Nickelodeon has made them look like kiddie show clowns.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's, I guess it's the be careful what you wish for.
It is. It's. I can't. I
Yeah.
just don't believe what's going on now.
But I mean,
Oh God.
Here we go.
yeah.
This-
Now,
Is this Benny Hill?
I shared this on. No, I shared this on Twitter, and
Yeah.
somebody was hoping Perry Chan might give it the his treatment.
All right.
But
Is this a show?
No,
This is,
it's
no.
a song.
Yeah.
we'll do
For
a few
kids.
seconds.
So
and healing ourselves.
Wait, did he say what, or she say what I think?
Healing ourselves.
Oh, healing ourselves. Okay.
healing.
At first, I thought, oh my.
But, I mean,
you thought it was
so-
something else, didn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it sounded like at first.
So
Yeah.
is this
But
on
this
a
is
show?
the other one that she did.
What this was on Blue's Clues or?
No, this was
This
on the
one is.
Nickelodeon channel.
Oh, okay.
The other one was on Nickelodeon channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does she
They're
do
showing this to
children's
little
parties?
kids. Yeah.
I wonder how much she costs to do children's parties.
But who is this? Who's this
Put her next
person
to the
that's
bouncy
singing?
house.
Who's the person that's singing?
It's a
It's a
drag queen.
What, a drag queen? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's really attractive, I guess. Not. I mean, why?
Here we go.
Families marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. This family has 2 daddies. They love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in.
Kids don't need to know this. They don't need to know this now. They really
Yeah.
don't.
Well, and it's also
Now-
slowly indoctrinating them towards marching. They're running nice little foot soldiers for their
Uh-huh.
thing. Because,
Aye.
oh boy, I have a theory,
Oh,
a
God.
very big conspiracy theory about all of this, especially like what they're doing. Because we saw it after The Last
Oh, there it
Jedi, where
is.
they tried to shame people
Look at
that
that.
didn't like what they were doing. Oh my gosh, that's so.
Wait, is that a handicapped non-bi? Oh gosh.
Yeah. They all go
Oh, it is.
marching. Yeah.
Hurrah, hurrah. These papas are non-binary. They love each other.
Oh, okay.
This is.
In a
This is
Their
real
Baba's a
yeah.
non-binary. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, But
Gee,
I
little
honestly
Jimmy.
think the way that they try to shame then people that don't like it, whether it's something like this or even with the movies, if they try to shame people into not speaking up, and they've got their little bots and their foot soldiers that they send to mob people, that I swear it's part of some sort of big social engineering thing. I've turned into a conspiracy theorist where they're trying to condition people to not speak up because they're trying to drill it into them. There's something wrong with you if you don't like this.
Again,
You know,
I
it's
see
We
this
went
as-
into this on the stream with the rabbi.
Again, I
Nothing
see
wrong
this
with this.
as, hey, Jimmy, we were going to get you a Spider-Man and a musician to come to, or a magician to come to your party. Instead, we got you the drag queen. Aren't you happy to be progressive for your 7th birthday?
Oh, and
Yeah,
your
they-
pinata will be a My Little Pony too. So
You're progressive.
The thing
Jimmy.
is, Father, see, I grew up getting told
But-
that my choices were wrong from day one. And at any time I disliked something, I was wrong. But then again, they were talking about sport. I liked geek stuff. So I must have been weird. I was wrong. Now
Well,
they're
yeah,
telling
Yeah, when
you-
we were kids, it was actually
else.
countercultural in a good way to be a nerd. Nowadays,
Yeah.
ever since it became cool, it got taken over by the corporate people.
yeah,
Well, as I said, I know I said it to Ian, but when I was teaching school a few years ago, I actually had kids dressing up as the doctor. I mean, Juan had the fez and all that. I mean, now the girls that I taught when they were in 8th grade, I saw them as seniors. They hate Doctor Who now.
I don't blame
Good.
them.
What's happened to it?
Yet no one likes to watch it.
Yeah. And the good thing is, we've got so many years of good stuff. We don't.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. I don't watch the new stuff because guess what? I've got plenty of old stuff that.
It's the same thing with the MCU. I mean, take out Captain Marvel, you got everything before Endgame.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
the only
no,
time
there's
I
no
watch
reason.
Captain Marvel is in X-Men Extreme, the one where they tell you about Rogue's backstory. That's it.
and here's
There was
another
no-
thing. This is the Fantastic Four 60th birthday
Yeah.
this year. Marvel's not doing anything to show respect or the creators before them or anything, and they're just missing a huge opportunity to actually
No,
do
they know
something
what
right.
they're doing. They know what they're
Right.
doing. They don't care. They don't
Yeah.
care. They know what
Yeah.
they're doing. They're not
Remember,
going to give
this
us
is
what
the
we
same
want.
company actually didn't even say happy birthday to James Earl Jones. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
And what's sad is that there are loads of people who just don't see it. I was just talking to someone. I actually went to lunch with my sister today, and we was talking about Cruella.
Cruella.
Cruella. And I
Yeah.
was saying to her, how can any of that make sense? We're talking about a woman that killed thousands of puppies to make a fur coat. Do you know what I mean? How can you celebrate that? And she's going, oh, no, but it was a good film. I was like, well, you don't understand what's going on, do you? And she doesn't want to know either.
And because Cruella was the bad one, not the
Yeah.
Did
misunderstood.
anybody see
Sure.
Cruella here? I saw Cruella. Did anybody?
Nope.
That's because
Nope.
I'm
Nope.
married.
No, I don't want to see it because
I like
the
Emma
one thing
Stone.
that
I mean, she was
heard.
great in La La Land.
Yeah, she was.
Oh,
Yes.
The
Yeah.
one thing I heard is the Dalmatians turned evil too. So
Oh,
They did
for-
the
Oh, it's
Doctor
a-
Yeah.
Doctor
Sorry,
Silverman.
I'm watching the Cubs game. They just hit a home run.
Oh, cool.
oh, by the way, Italy scored too.
Yay.
Oh, really?
It's not the same since Harry died.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm heading to Iowa tomorrow. That's my home state. And we had WGN as a kid. I remember
Oh.
watching Harry Carey announce the
oh
games.
my God.
Yes.
You know, I grew up in Chicago. It was, you know, and it was, you know, it was great watching him on TV. And it's like, and in the middle of the, you know, he would do like the first 2 innings and the last 2 innings and the middle 5 innings, he would go on the radio. But, you know, all throughout he
Right.
was drinking. And
Yes.
sometimes he would overdo it.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I-
yeah,
yeah,
he
I
was. I used to
remember.
listen to him.
Guys,
too.
I can top you all.
When was it
I
they
was
made
in
it
the
to
Cubby Bear in
postseason?
Chicago, and I was with my sister in about 1985. I'm really old. And we were in there, and they're singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and this old guy, just slobbering drunk, gives a big bear hug to my sister, and I'm just like, "Gosh, somebody should tell the owner." She looks at me and she goes, "That's Harry Carey. He owns
That's
the
Harry
place."
Carey.
I
He was
remember watching one of the
sloshed.
post game
Oh my
things
God.
where he was sloshed.
Yeah.
The funniest
Is
was
this a
always,
presenter?
yeah, it was the presenter. Hurry, Carrie. Hi, I'm with the Cubs. And he's always drunk. The worst were when he was in Los Angeles, which is 2 hours later, and they were doing a night game. And if it went into extra innings, it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. He was sobering up.
Yeah.
And he'd be like cheering on the other team just to get the game over so he could go home and sleep off his hangover. Those
my
were the
God.
best.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Cubs, lose the game.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's a lot of
Oh.
toxic behavior. Well,
Completely lost.
isn't it interesting
there you
that
go.
There he
with
is.
Cruella, it used to be not too long ago that being a pet hater or something
Yeah.
made you the worst thing you could do is harm animals. Like the movies always make a big huge fuss about no animals were harmed in the filming of this.
Yeah.
So since when did we start celebrating animal haters?
Yeah.
Well, they were puppies, not cats. So I don't know. But they were evil. They were evil puppies. Evil puppies.
But
Seeing
I-
the
Evil
film,
Dalmatians.
yeah, seeing this film, it felt like somebody was trying to do a fun version of The Devil Wears Prada set in the 70s. Then it morphed into, hey, let's do Joker, but we can slap Cruella de Vil because we're Disney and we own it. And it became a mess like that. You still have Emma Stone and Emma Thompson, who, I mean, they could read the phone book. It'll be interesting.
Here's the funny thing: weren't they both in No Devil Wears Prada too?
No.
Meryl
Don't
Streep
know about Thompson.
and-
Meryl
and-
Streep.
Emma Thompson wasn't.
Yeah.
Meryl
Am I the
Streep.
only one that thinks Emma Stone's got huge eyes?
Oh, dude,
Oh,
she's
no.
got
Really?
anime
Inhuman,
eyes.
Yeah.
inhuman,
got
real,
anime
real
eyes.
big eyes.
But she's like that chick who did the Queen's Gambit.
Oh yeah, she's got
And the
huge
recent
eyes.
version of
Yeah.
Emma.
Probably because they've
Yeah.
not got the art of the robot down yet, shit, so they can't actually make her look more human.
Oh my gosh. Well, and now they're coming for the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming.
And the
Gary
Lord of
had
the
something on
Rings-
Twitter about that.
Yeah, the new seminar thing
Let me see if
that
I can
has
find
absolutely
that.
nothing to do with Tolkien. all the talks. And
the
then
funny thing is when you get people, young people nowadays, explaining to anybody, this is what Tolkien actually meant. Really? Nothing to
That's
do with the fact that
crazy.
all these people have been reading it for years, but you can explain it to them, no problem.
yeah,
On you go.
especially since Tolkien did a very good job of explaining what he meant, and you can just read the
Yeah.
letters. He spelled it out.
Yep.
Yeah, but they ignore that. They ignore all
Well,
that
of
stuff.
course.
now,
They
just to
ignore
stick
it,
their
yeah.
agenda and,
Conveniently, they ignore it.
Just some
Yeah.
guy always gives good information on this type of junk.
Yeah, he does, and he's got it. He's got it down. I reckon. Most of the stuff he says is quite good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they've got
So-
their
Even
the
Gary
their
said,
insight on
basically vouched to
payroll.
his
Oh,
knowledge.
for crying out loud.
Yeah, the Tolkien
Look at
Society
that.
has now been infiltrated, dude.
Yeah,
So it's gone. Like,
yeah. I'm not
You-
supporting them anymore. They can just. It's like
You know what?
Being
I wanna learn about
This is going to
Tolkien.
get into the religion part here.
yeah.
This is going to get into the religion part here. Since they're talking about religion, I think Miss Martin and I could probably attack it with Tolkien's Catholicism because, I mean, the whole thing
Yeah.
is parallel to Catholicism.
Yeah, he says so over and over again. This is a Catholic work, and he explained how it all worked and what his thinking was in it. But he say it was unconscious at first as he started to write it, and then conscious when he revised it. So to
There's
try to
nothing-
say it's any religion except Roman Catholicism is absurd. You can say a lot about the story and you like it. It's got universal stuff in there, but when you bring in religion, he was very explicit about.
Yeah,
what
but
he
the
was
thing
doing.
is, though, guys, it's obvious they're coming for religion too. These people, they're
Oh,
coming
yeah.
for it, and you know what? And it's the kids that are going to suffer at the end of the day, you know. And the next generation is going to be suffering big time for this stupid cult that's sweeping the world, you know. And the only thing we can do is not support it in any form and in any way. That's all we can do.
We might be lucky because accordingly, with the amount of UFO discussions that are out there and people actually talking, we're about to actually meet them. Maybe they'll actually
I
slap
think we
one.
met them already.
Maybe they'll just slap one or two people.
I think they're. I don't think so. I think they're avoiding us.
I hope,
I
I hope
would.
so. I'd avoid us
If
I
it was
a
me,
UFO.
I would actually be going, oh, nope.
It's like,
It's-
why do you want to go to Earth?
Aye.
You know what those
Send in
people
the
believe?
Volgons. Send in the Volgons.
Hi,
Hi,
Encounter.
sister.
How are you,
Good to see
pal?
ya.
How are you?
Hey there. Yep, and it's one of my favorite parts of the week. Getting to come on here, get to see a bunch of people.
Nice.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Iron.
So, what'd you pick up this week?
I got in the mail one of my Indiegogo campaigns I backed for Sovereign Wolf.
I was going to say,
cool.
an Indiegogo actually fulfilled?
I know, I was surprised too.
Yeah.
Wow.
So to give you the quick summary of it, it's a bunch of camera. It's a bunch of shapeshifters fighting an evil corporation that's like cracked the code of it. Like it's like a series. It's a group of like the 5 tribes of the shapeshifters that are fighting against this evil corporation that's gone and basically made their own. So they're basically fighting for survival against new ones. So
Sounds
There's
like
like
us
a-
fighting against the cult.
yeah, basically it's got some great art, and I believe it's actually still available on Indiegogo if anyone is interested in that one.
Cool. Looks
Well,
cool.
the one that I wanted to subscribe to, but the shipping was a killer, was Chaplin. Some guy.
right.
I mean, the art looked amazing, but the shipping was going to be at least $20, $30 to get over here.
That's
Yikes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
But
Yeah,
for
well,
you,
there's-
it would be cheap.
Yeah. Well, there's Douglas Ernst. His second Soul Finder just came out, but he doesn't use fundraising anymore. He uses Iconic Comics. But I think, Father, you're not too crazy about it because it's a fictional version. I'm not calling out Douglas this particular work, but it's about an exorcist. And
Anything with Exorcist.
I know that you don't like it as entertainment.
He's scared. He's scared.
But he's not
No,
scared.
no,
I
no.
understand.
He's scared.
No,
I wish
He's
it was
scared. Scared.
No,
No,
I'm defending Father as a priest. Yeah, you do have to be careful about what you expose yourself to. But for us lay people, Douglas Ernst is a devout Catholic, and everything in there is solid theologically, and it's all good. But I also, as I brought it up, I realized that for entertainment purposes and for good reasons, we lay people can go ahead and. But then again, you probably don't recommend that either. I recommend the book. How's that? I'm putting my foot in it deeper. Look
Okay,
at the
Lord Thorth.
looking at me like,
what do you think?
forgive me,
because
Father, for I have sinned.
You have.
It's not
what
a
do you
sin.
think
It's
of-
devoutly Catholic, but
What do you think of people, Father? What do you think of people who, like my sister? My sister says that she spirits actually upset her during the night. In fact, she told me that she knows when they're coming when the sound
You know what?
disappears
Get the priest,
from her
bless
ears.
the house.
Yeah, no, they
I
have.
was
They've
gonna
blessed the
say.
house. They've blessed the house a lot of times, but they keep bothering her for some reason. What do you think of that? I there's no reason why my sister
But I
would lie,
say
but-
in that case, I would talk to your priest because
Yeah.
the priest would know who the exorcist is for the diocese. I know who the exorcist is in my diocese, and if there's anything like that, I seriously would talk to him to get his
but she
advice.
she did.
She
Okay.
talked to
So
the
she spoke
exorcist.
to, no, not an exorcist. It's not like that. It's they just come and bother her. And
Well,
she
no,
tells
that's
them
but I
to
what-
go
mean
away.
something like that. If it's bothering her, I would
you
try to
think
get
a
in
demon
touch.
is?
No, well,
Yeah.
not that much. I mean, just
Oh, not that
recently.
much.
But once,
Not that
no,
much.
hold
It
on.
was just a
What is
little
it, they're
bit
just
of
going
a
like
bother.
this?
Yeah.
No. They last time she told me they basically come and bother her or try to get her attention, and then she tells them to go away. They go away, but the house has been blessed a lot of times, but they don't seem to be.
This is at night.
Yeah.
Sprinkle
They
the bed
don't
with
seem to
holy
be.
water.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, they've done all. Father, we're Catholic. We've done all that.
No, I
stuff.
mean every night sprinkle the bed.
Yeah.
Every night sprinkle the bed with holy water.
salt.
Yeah, but one of the priests said to her that maybe she should ask them what they want.
Oh no! What?
No, you never
hell?
do that.
That's what
the hell?
That's what one of the priests said. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, Father.
No. Never engage
you
them.
never do that.
No,
Okay.
everyone knows that. Even if you don't believe in them, you know that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know,
I would say spiritually, though. I mean, I don't want to be her spiritual director here. I don't know anything about her, but sometimes, because I know the exorcist in my diocese,
Again, on
he
the
will say
religion thing, does she
sometimes.
have it?
Sorry.
yeah, what's that, scapula?
Yeah, the brown
Yeah,
scapular.
she's
You
got,
have one
she's
of
got,
these?
I've got scapula. as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, it's called a scapula, right?
Yeah, the brown one.
Yeah. I got
But
one
what I'm
of them.
saying is that sometimes exorcists will encourage people as one of the first steps is to go to confession, make sure that you're not, if maybe there's something that even by accident you might have done, if there's any sin on your soul or.
But you're assuming that these things are not good. You're both assuming that.
I'd rather err on the side of caution. I mean, the thing is, if it's a good spirit, it wouldn't be bothering her.
But how do you know this, Father? How
Good
do you know
point.
this? How do you know
Good
this?
spirits make
the
you
fact
feel
that you said
good.
she's bothered.
No, well, she's trying to sleep, obviously.
Well, that's not the way that the good spirits work.
So, how do the good spirits work, Father?
I don't think they do.
Well, you can't say something and then don't
are you? Oh,
don't
sorry.
back it up.
A good
So hold on.
spirit-
So,
a good
a
spirit,
bad
the way I
spirit would
understand
bother
it,
you.
good spirits aren't gonna.
so good spirits don't bother anyone.
No, if you
No,
have
they
an
don't.
encounter, I've had an encounter with my guardian angel, and I will swear on my life it was real. When you encounter good spirits, if you will, an angel, it makes you have a feeling. I mean, it's a feeling like you'll never have in your entire life, and it's good. You know what I mean? There's no bothering. There's no nothing. There's like this incredible wild peace that comes over you with all
And
the awe.
Teresa, there's a feeling of wholeness there too, like peace and serenity and everything else.
Yeah, the
So-
last thing that you will experience is any kind of bothering. It's like when St. Ignatius of Loyola, he says to test the spirits. Like the good angel will do this, the bad angel will do that. And you have zero doubt. And that's also a way that you know you're dealing with the supernatural is before you, like, for example, you weren't thinking about it. You weren't like staring at the statue of the Virgin Mary too long. That kind of a thing. It's usually unexpected. It is usually something unexplained, and it gives a certain feeling.
So
It
hold
is
on.
definitely
So
not bothering.
what you're saying is that if something's bothering you, then it's not good.
Yes.
Is that what you're
Because
saying?
even
Father?
when God rebukes you or a friend rebukes you, or even if you're in prayer or something and you get convicted, it's not a feeling of shame. It's not a bad feeling. It's like it hurts so good.
Well, this is something new. I didn't know this at all. Not at all. I believe there are good spirits and bad spirits, definitely. But how do you know the good from the bad? That's the question.
I just
You're
told
saying
you.
it's
Okay, look up St.
you're
Ignatius
just
of
saying
Loyola.
it's a feeling of it's a good feeling that comes over
Okay,
you.
Father,
That's what
you
you're
take
saying.
him on. I see. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah, Father, can you explain to
You
him?
got to be careful with feelings. You got to really be careful with feelings because that was
Exactly.
what led Luther away from the church.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not talking about feelings. You know that. I'm talking about a conviction. You cannot describe it. It is indescribable. But
Okay, well,
come
I
on,
will
man.
pass
It's
on
in
your
it.
message.
I got to respond to Dan. Ian is here.
Hello.
You say, what are
Hello.
these
So
idiots talking about?
I'm thinking you guys are in the same time zone.
Yeah, we are.
DJ, you're in the same time zone, aren't you?
Yes, I'm.
Yeah.
He might be. He might have been working all day today or something, and he's really knackered. So that's the thing. So
Knackered.
knackered. You not heard that word before?
No, I have.
Yeah,
it's just not
We
part
say
of
that
my-
in Ireland. Yeah.
Hey, there you go. So, but no, so I will pass on your message, guys, because obviously I don't know much about much. So I'll pass my message on to my sister and tell her to not engage, or she didn't engage anyway. She just get bothered by them.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying, but sometimes just go to confession. I mean, seeing if there's something in your soul, because sometimes maybe there's a habitual sin that I don't know. I'm not
nor do
judging
I. That's why
anybody.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
Well,
That's-
you'll get hooked up.
get hooked up.
Oh, that sounds the
That
wrong
sounds
word.
rude.
Meaning,
That sounds very rude.
yeah, we don't want to do an online spiritual counseling.
No, I was just asking. That's all. I mean, I didn't want it to escalate into this, but there you go. But all I can say is, hey, Father, there you go.
Oh no. Okay, everyone else except for Father, check out. No, it is actually a good comic, but I understand.
Like I said, I saw The Exorcist once. That was probably back in '97, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good movie.
It is a good movie.
But having studied spiritual warfare, it's just something I avoid.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. It's best to avoid evil things, isn't it?
Yeah. I was at the Exorcist conference in Cork a few years ago. Yeah, because I did ask just for fun, because I was like the only lay person there. I said, Father, how about chicks, lay people? And they basically were saying the most you ever want to do on your own as a lay person is like use the sacramentals, like what we said, and pray Saint Michael the Archangels. If you need something beyond that, you need to go to the professionals.
Yeah.
And don't try to self-diagnose.
You got the number for Father Mirren then, have you?
Well, no, I luckily have never had this experience, but there was a bunch of Brits there because it was in Cork, so, and a bunch of Germans. But we know what to do. You go to the professionals.
Right.
It's funny that the exorcism and this is coming up because the movie The Exorcist has been on my mind the past couple days, thinking it's probably time for a rewatch.
Well, not for Father though.
Yeah, Father would say no. He's sitting there silently judging all of us. Well, I'll say the one part of The Exorcist that I found entirely unrealistic was that the priest that ended up
the bit where she spins her head round, not realistic.
Okay, no, realism to our world. They would never in a million years have allowed that young Jesuit priest to go near an exorcism.
Oh, it's a movie.
I know, but I'm just saying that was entirely unrealistic.
But that's the problem. Everybody's perception of what an exorcism is from that movie.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're usually a little more dull, actually. But the fact that a man who is questioning his faith, that's the last person you wanted to have doing an exorcism.
Yeah.
That is true.
And I mean, from what I've heard,
God.
From what I've heard, the priests that are performing the exorcisms have to fast.
Yeah.
I mean, and they have to do severe penance for themselves leading up into this.
Yeah. And I've also told you that every exorcist...
Sorry, go ahead, Tracer.
I was just going to say, and also every exorcist I'd known personality-wise is incredibly boring. But that's part of the thing, is it's not supposed to be excitable people. You got to be real chill. So they don't tend to... be the most exciting people to hang out with. But every now and then they come up with a good joke.
Sorry, Father.
I was going to say the one that I enjoyed was Good Omens. I loved Good Omens.
but that's not really a horror. Let's face it, is it?
No, but it is also unrealistic because the idea that a good angel is going to, what was it? Saint Michael took the name of God in vain. I mean, that's not going to happen.
Well, what do you think of religion in movies then? As long as we're talking about it, what do you think of? I was watching Untouchables the other day with Sean Connery, and he has that little goal thing, doesn't he? He says it's the saint that looks after policemen and stuff like that. Well, what do you think of all that stuff? Is it true? There's a saint that looks after certain bunches of people
saints.
in the world.
I mean,
there
are.
Saint Michael is the patron of police officers, in addition to others.
Yes.
Right.
Saint Barbara, Saint Cecilia for musicians.
Really?
Oh, for crying out loud! You were raised in the
that.
church. I'm a convert, and I know all this.
Did not know that.
Saint Cecilia. That's the reason she has a harp.
Oh, really? I thought all angels had a harp.
Saint
No,
John
she's not an
Vianney
angel.
is the
She's a
patron of
saint.
priests. Oh, you want to know? Ian, you want to know something that's real?
Sunday school.
Look up
Go on in, Father.
Look up the life of Saint John Vianney.
Okay.
This was a priest that was physically assaulted by the devil.
Wow,
got
that's
the
crazy.
crap beaten out of him every night.
Wow, and the devil took time to beat the crap out of him.
Oh yeah,
that's not good.
A few years ago, his heart came to our cathedral. Because for those watching that may not know, Catholics, we honor the saints, whether it's a piece of clothing that they wore, which would be, I think, a second-class relic, or a piece of the body, whether it's hair, bone, blood,
organ.
And they have the heart of St. John Vianney going on tour for the 100th anniversary of his death, I think it was, or the 150th. So I got to see that when it came to our cathedral.
Sweet. I think that's funny though. When the Saint Therese of Lisieux, when her relics went on an American tour, and my sister's not a Catholic, she said, "What is she, the Beatles or something?" It's like, well,
let's see. I think because this would apply to. I mean, I think non-Catholics are interested in this because it just sounds weird.
It does.
I'm trying to think which one. Let me see if I can find. Okay, so this here. Let me see. Okay, this is the image of Saint Bernadette, who we as Catholics believe that the Virgin Mary appeared to in the 1840s.
Yeah.
She is what we would say incorruptible.
mhm.
That even though she's died, her body never suffered corruption.
Yeah.
Nope.
I've seen that picture.
That's what she looks like.
Yep, she's gorgeous. I also saw Saint Catherine Labouré. I saw it in person, and she's also incorruptible. That rocked and rolled.
Thing is, though, the world is so complicated, and also because social media is not making it any better, that a lot of people don't know these things, you know. So yeah, it's crazy, but hey.
Let's see if we can do this like that. That's Saint John Vianney, the patron saint
Mhm.
of priests.
He's incorruptible, and
I hope to go to ours one of these days. He's a priest in France, and that's the one that the devil used to beat up.
And what about? I mean, sorry guys to dive into this. I'm pretty sure you want to be talking about pop culture, but
hey, organs transplanting.
just one more question. Just one
Oh,
more
boy.
question.
Devil.
What do you guys think of the Holy Shroud of Turin? How's that for a question? What do you
Maybe.
guys
It's
think?
real. I think it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because a long time ago they proved it wasn't real, and now they're saying it's real, right?
Well, because there was a problem with the forensics on it. It turned out that there was a patch. There had been some patchwork done on it, and some of the stuff that they'd come up with corrupted it. Yeah.
So you
I-
actually believe that's Jesus's face we're seeing in that picture? Oh, okay.
Absolutely, it looks
Okay.
just like Jim Caviezel. Though
It
I want to say something here. You know how Father said yes and I said no, or maybe, or perhaps. You don't have to actually believe that.
Yeah.
No.
You even appearances of the Blessed Mother, like with Saint Bernadette. By the way, it's in 1850s. And Saint Bernadette.
That's 2 years
You don't
off.
have to believe that the Blessed Virgin appeared to her. You can think, if you really want to think, girl just took too much Kool-Aid or something, you can do that and still be a good Catholic.
Just
It's
ignore all the healings that occurred there.
yeah. Well, no, I know, but I'm just telling you, Father, that objectively speaking,
I know.
you can do that and still be a good
it's-
Catholic.
Yes, it's
It's
not
just
part
article-
of. It's not a dogmatic thing that we have to believe to go to heaven.
Exactly. It's what the church calls worthy of belief. Take it or leave it.
So
Well, what
Let's go
about
back to
Loki then?
back to Doctor Who.
Yeah, back to Doctor Who.
No, Loki sucked. Oh, can I say
Oh,
sucked,
yeah.
Father? I don't know.
Loki did suck.
It
I
did.
don't even know what it was. It was like 30 minutes or 40 minutes of what? You spent money on this?
It was
I
too
still don't
slow.
even know what happened.
It was too slow. It was too slow, in my opinion.
And
And
then
that-
they counteracted every single thing that's happened in the 10
Yeah,
years.
they
too.
did. Yeah.
I
They
saw
just
Carrie's
erased it all.
review on it when he was mentioning that it was all
Destined.
predestined. So in effect, did it matter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
So it wasn't free choice. So anybody,
We lose.
people had to do it. It wasn't their choice to be heroes because that was what they were going to be. End of story. There was no choice in it.
And they ripped the whole concept of the time police from the Star Trek.
Fantastic Four, yeah.
Or maybe that
And
too.
Doctor
But
Who.
yeah.
And Doctor Who. Well, you know, I mean, the DC and Marvel were battling against each other when the comics were riding high, so they copied each other. I mean, DC's got their own Thanos. I can't remember what that character's called, but they copied each other because DC was the first to have a multi-universe,
Oh.
then Marvel copied it, didn't they? So, you know, it's an idea that's been booted around for a very long time, you know. So,
Superman and Shazam.
sorry.
The Superman and Shazam.
Yeah, exactly.
They've
Exactly.
always been doing it.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm not
I'm
surprised
gonna
really.
respond real quick. So Saul, I meant to get back to you. I have not been to Canesville Collectibles.
Confused.
There.
Sorry, say that again.
He asked in the private chat about Canesville Collectibles,
Right.
which a town through which I'll be passing tomorrow. No, I haven't heard of it. Maybe I've been there. I don't know. I remember hitting all the comic book stores in the town once and just wasn't really impressed.
Do you know when you go into a comic store, Father? What do you actually look for? Do you look for the 70s comics or something that catches
it
your
just
eye?
depends. So as I was saying to you earlier, I went to the comic book store once I got into town, and I've been getting into the DC horror.
Oh, right, okay.
So
That's
this
cool.
one was only $3.25.
Yeah,
which is cheaper than a new comic.
Mm.
This one, yeah. This one was $4. Again, still cheaper than a new comic.
GI Combat.
$2.
That's an old comic.
But-
That's an old comic.
Let's see. Oh, that's weird. But no, so if you saw Twitter, I've been going to antique malls because sometimes you can find comics there. I picked up a Sergeant Fury number 4 for $5 antique store.
Yeah.
Right now I have a few bids on my comic shop for Superman's girlfriend and Superman's pal. I'm trying to collect Sergeant Fury's comics.
Yeah, when he was white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, I'm looking at bronze and silver and bronze air.
Yeah. Yeah. My
At least
brother
those
used
will
to get
actually
those.
retain value.
Yeah, my brother used to get the ones compiled into a book, reprinted and compiled into a book, and he used to love them, the Jack Kirby art and stuff like
But
that.
the problem is with a lot of the Supermans that I was mentioning, they're never going to put that on because I showed you the image where Superman is snapping Lois Lane's space hose,
Yeah.
killing her because she won't marry him.
Well, Superman is a bit dangerous when he gets angry, I guess. I don't know.
That's the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah,
don't want to make me.
I can't use the word here, but I love it when Superman's being a jerk.
Yeah.
When he's being a
Aw.
Richard.
No,
Super
sure.
jerkery.
Well, so what else happened this week then, apart from Loki? Anything else happened this week?
Oh, they're gonna
please,
screw
after
up
last
Master-
Friday night's.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh,
have to
the
see what happens
He-Man
with
thing.
Doomscock.
Yeah.
He-Man. Let's
crying
talk
out
about
loud.
He-Man.
Yeah,
of
let's
course.
not talk about the tantrum.
What do you think, guys? What do you think of the trailer? Did anybody watch the He-Man trailer?
I did
It's a
No.
bait and switch trailer.
I was gonna say the trailer was great, but then right after they said it's actually gonna be about some chick.
When did they say that then?
Today they announced they gave the synopsis around the same time, and everyone was like, just wait for it, and then the synopsis said, I don't know what's that chick's name, and she's gonna save everybody.
Tila.
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 I was
It's like, yeah,
like one of the biggest He-Man fans ever when I was a kid. So
it's gonna be He-Man without He-Man really being the star.
oh,
but they
they're
wanna
gonna
control it.
totally destroy He-Man. They're gonna put him to. They're kill. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna say this. They're either gonna kill him or put him to the side.
They're gonna
and
Luke
then-
Skywalker him.
Yeah, and then he'll come back in the last episode somehow and help
So-
Tila become the all powerful and pawn it off on her.
And you know what? All that's
what's
missing
gonna
right
happen.
now. They need to have that Batwoman's theme in the background. I am woman, just screaming it.
I don't know what's going on with this world, seriously. I mean, He-Man, the art looks fantastic. It looks like it's going to be a really good cartoon. It's a shame if they're going to do that to it.
I'll tag you in it,
Yeah, okay.
Ian, so you can see it.
Ian, well, there's a part 1 which is to lure everybody in. I've said this for a bit. I even said this on Purple show when Purple had me on. I said that when I found out, instead of having the whole season, they're going to split it in half. And I said, they're doing it on purpose to do the bait and switch. It's just, I can admit that trailer was awesome, but they're setting everybody up. Oh, He-Man's back. This is going to be awesome. And you're going to be the bait and switch, and they're just going to pull the rug out from underneath you. I'm telling you now.
So I think they're going to go one step further. I think they're going to give, by the end of the show, Tila the powers. She's going to be.
Yeah.
I have the power. Yeah.
What if they turn her into She-Ra?
She is.
Think about that. And I said this before. I was like, what if they kill He-Man off and give the power sword to Tila and she becomes She-Ra?
Yeah, it's possible. They did kill off Luke Skywalker, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Because if
Hamill's
you
involved
look,
in this.
if you look at the toy, the Skeletor toy, he has He-Man's power sword and he has He-Man's chest armor, but it's all corrupted.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, yeah. And the
Probably
toy
make He-Man turn into Skeletor,
so,
so he will be the bad man.
yeah.
Oh, it's so depressing. All
Yeah,
that
it is.
stuff.
And I said if that does happen, you're gonna see me go full blast on somebody on Twitter.
But
I'm-
there were plenty of female characters,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
in fiction
literally
that they
people
can
that
actually
follow me on
bring
there, yeah.
forward. Isn't that
Yeah, I know.
crazy? Why are they picking on the male characters and destroying them?
Oh,
It
and the
makes no
redheads and
sense.
gingers too.
That-
They
yeah.
are just totally decimating redheads and gingers.
And what are they saying about that woman from Scooby Doo? They're
Oh,
changing
she
her
is
as well.
now Chinese.
What's that all
And-
about?
Yeah. So, and she's a Chinese lesbian now.
See,
So-
if they're going to
Ouch.
update Scooby-Doo, what they should do is that.
What's that? Let's have a look. Can't see it.
This is
Oh,
He-Man.
sorry. Let me bring that up. Hold on.
Ooh,
I
Scooby
saw
Doo.
that.
Yeah.
If they want to upgrade it, do it like that. Make it a good.
Yeah.
So there's all. You look at Shaggy. I mean, look at Shaggy.
Yeah.
You know, this is getting me in the mood to watch Harvey Birdman.
Uh-huh. And the
Harvey
thing is,
Birdman is awesome.
the artwork in that book. Yeah, I mean, there's
Oh,
just
hold
there's
on.
Fred.
Hold on. Let me.
There's
There. Okay,
Fred.
there you go.
That's just
Wow,
artwork
full of
going on
muscles.
Fred. And look at it. And that's the very end page. They've got the history of Velma and things like that within that. Got it at a Comic-Con, so it's
Yeah,
been-
but yeah,
if they
PJ, that was
update it
before
or
they all
update
went
it,
woke,
it's
though.
good, that stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff is good because what they're doing is they're making it more. They're updating it from the 50s. It's like fair enough. It's more to the 2000s rather than anything else. But they've not get rid of any of the characters' defining traits. So you've still got Fred the leader. You've still got Daphne and Velma. Daphne's still got the brains. She's the brains of the outfit. Shaggy and Scooby are just the two eating machines.
Daphne was never the brains of the outfit. What are you
Sorry,
talking
Velma.
about?
Sorry.
Never. Why is she the brains of the outfit? It was always Fred.
No, Fred was the leader. I would have said she
No,
was the
no.
leader.
I watched the cartoons when I was a kid. Daphne never said, "Oh, it was so and so." It was always Fred. It was always
And
Fred.
then
They always
the
called her
smart-
danger-prone Daphne.
Yeah, and Thelma was actually the smart one that
That's
had all the
right.
brains and everything.
Yeah, it was never that. Daphne
what
was
I
the one that
heard
always
in
got
the
in
cartoon.
trouble.
Velma. I got
Yeah.
the name right, but it's Velma. Basically, Velma was to me was the brains.
Yeah, she
Daphne
had the
was
brains.
the-
Yeah, sure.
Daphne was the damsel,
Yes, she was. She was definitely.
and that's what it is. They all had a part to play.
Yeah.
Except Scrappy, his part should have been just basically to line the box or something. Out
And
the way.
and Scooby and what you call it,
Shaggy.
Shaggy. They were the comic relief, weren't they?
Yes.
both of them. So yeah, I mean,
This
I
is
think
what-
they made Daphne kick ass in the movie, didn't they? When Michelle Gellar played her.
Yes.
Yeah, they changed it.
Oh,
so-
speaking of that, she's in the new Masters of the Universe show too.
Who?
Michelle, she's
Really?
voicing Tila. Yeah. So
Oh.
you know some shits about. I mean, sorry, Fox.
So
You know some things about to go down. So
I
they
got to
don't
point
just.
this out
Mm.
from
Yeah.
Scoob. I don't know if you realize, but Thelma dresses up as Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I did notice that when I watched it, Father.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Daphne
I
looks good.
Yeah, she does.
Wonder Woman.
I actually kind of like that movie. It was. It
Never
was.
saw
It,
it.
Never
it was.
saw
It
either.
wasn't. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. There was some, things that I didn't agree with, but it was better, way better than I thought it would be.
Do you know what cartoon they should make into a movie, and it's well overdue, is the Wacky Races.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I
Well
used to love
overdue.
Wacky Races.
Wacky Races. And you know who's going to win? And if they made it today, you know who's going to win, don't you? Penelope Pitstop's going to win.
Oh yeah, she would totally win.
But Penelope
No, she's a
Pitstop won't be
redhead.
stopping
She
to
can't
do
win.
it.
She's a
Oh, she
redhead.
can't.
Yeah,
Yeah, she won't be
I think
stopping
they'll
to
just
makeup
change
all
her
the
hair
time.
color. And,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I'd be happy
yeah.
for a return of the Laugh Olympics.
Oh, gee.
Oh, yeah, Iron. You're asking for a prayer right there because that they would totally destroy that.
But Wacky Races is can be it'd be fantastic. You get Jim Carrey to play what's his name, the evil guy. You'll get him to play. It might be
Dick
quite good,
Dastardly. Dick
Jimmy-
Dastardly.
So what was that guy's name? Dick Dastardly, wasn't
Dick
it?
Dastardly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be good.
Wasn't
you get
it
loads
Paul
of
Lynn?
stars.
No, Paul Lynn played the Claw.
Oh yes, the Claw. He used to have that really
The
funny
Claw.
laugh, didn't he? He used to have that laugh, that kind of. He was always trying. Why was he trying to kill Penelope Pitstop? I don't understand.
Money, I
Every
think.
week he was trying to kill her, and he wouldn't stick a knife in her or shoot her in the head. He'd create some
I think they were.
elaborate
I
thing,
think they
wouldn't
were
he?
together and they were exes, and he was PO'd at her for like jumping him, or they dumped one another because they always went after each other every week. So
No.
I was just like,
But why? I don't understand. In the show, Penelope Pitstop, why was the Hooded Claw? Why was he trying to kill her? I never did understand that. Every week he was trying to get rid of her. Does anybody know why he was trying to kill her? Was it something to do with money or something?
no,
thought
that's
it was
what
to do
I
with-
thought of this when I was little. I thought they were together, and he got mad at her, and so mad at her, he was trying to kill her every week, like she was his ex. So
The way
That
I
was-
thought about it was to do with an inheritance. If she,
Oh, mate, yeah.
she
Okay.
disappeared, then the inheritance went to the Hooded Claw.
Oh, right. Okay. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Oh, hello.
Captain
Uh,
Caveman is awesome.
Oh yes, I've still got a Captain Caveman T-shirt somewhere.
Yay, I love
Oh,
Captain
wow.
Caveman.
Captain Caveman.
There we go.
Hong Kong Fooey.
Hong Kong
Oh,
food
yeah.
was amazing.
Oh yeah, he would so be canceled nowadays. Like,
he would. He would. I was.
Dan, I thought you'd be in bed by now.
Yeah. But who did the voice for Hong Kong Fooey? It was
Scatman Crothers.
that's it. He's
Yes,
got a
yeah.
great voice, absolute terrific voice. And in fact, they shouldn't call it Hong Kong Fooey. They should have called it the Cat, because the cat always saved his
Yeah.
bum every week, didn't he? The cat. So
Yeah,
the cat was far more clever.
hey, Stig, I did watch Jason and Will Warriors, so yeah. So
Jason, what?
Jason and Will Warriors, it was
Don't know
yeah,
that one.
it was pretty cool.
Don't know
So
that one.
see that Jason Wheel Warriors. See when I saw it, every time I saw it, all I kept thinking was Charlton and the Wheelies.
Charlton and the Wheelies. You guys don't know Charlton and the Wheelies. That's one crazy cartoon,
It
man.
was.
That is
Charlton was
ridiculous.
a dragon, and the Wheelies were exactly what they said. Instead of legs, they had wheels. And
yeah.
every time
Yeah.
I saw that Wheeled Warrior, that's all I kept thinking was Charlton and the Wheelies.
Jason and Will Warriors.
The
had
Americans
some
don't know
crazy
Charlton and the
cars.
Wheelies, though. They don't know it. They don't
Oh,
know.
I
and it's-
actually got to see it a few times.
it's absolutely
Yeah.
hilarious. It's
Oh,
all-
it is. It's chaotic. It's
the
just
jokes
wow.
are for adults. They're not for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you
Well,
watch
just
that
like
show.
in Looney Tunes, the
Charlton
jokes
and
are
the Wheelies.
adults.
and
know?
it was Welsh.
Oh,
Yes,
I
it
know what I
was.
need to
It was.
show.
It was very good. It's very
Oh, they
good.
had some really good cartoons like Super Gran.
Yes.
That was a nice
Banana
Scottish-
Man?
That was there was brother and sister who used to be quite well known in Scotland.
yeah.
The Weir. So you had Molly Weir, who did the voice of Super Gran, and then you had Ian Weir, who used to do the rambling
Yeah.
programs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah, he had
Super
Banana
Gran was
Man,
good,
which
yeah.
was the goodies did the voice for Banana Man, didn't they?
Yes.
Did all the voices and stuff. And then there was Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse was absolutely
Danger
that
Mouse
one.
and
so
Pencil.
funny.
Did anybody ever watch Count Duckula?
Yes,
Yeah.
Count Duckula was funny as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we loved
Okay.
Count Duckula.
Count Duckula was hilarious.
So-
I used to love his theme song too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Oh,
okay, so
we'd
I gotta
never be
show
allowed to do
this.
that.
What's this
They
one?
they had to edit this Bugs Bunny clip, as you'll see why.
Why?
Oh, I remember this.
And Father's channel gets canceled.
Engine.
Yeah, I think this one is in public domain.
Little engines. Uh-oh. Sorry, that one was a half-breed.
Oh my God!
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh,
So
Holy moly!
You only get half a point for that one.
that's
So,
crazy.
I think it is worth pointing out. So I bring this up every now and then. I am actually a tribal Indian. I have a membership card and everything.
Right.
So I have my race card. Anyway,
Okay, so
A while
if
back,
you
I
laugh,
was-
it's okay.
Apologies
No,
if you're
go for it.
offended. As
So
I'm laughing
I
as
was-
I'm apologizing.
I was going through some of the treaties, reading through the language and that, and the phrase half breed is actually in the treaties with the tribe, with my tribe and the federal government.
Mm.
So it would be considered legal language.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
So Bugs Bunny was right then.
yeah, Bugs
yes.
Bunny had legal language. Wow.
Yeah.
I love those cartoons though. The cartoons, the Chuck Jones cartoons with Bugs Bunny, they were really, really, really funny. And it's obvious that they were aiming the jokes for the adults. They weren't aiming it for kids.
Oh,
No.
You know, some of those jokes in there are just
That's
so
when you
funny.
get a really good joke that the kids can laugh at it in one level and
Yeah.
adults in another,
Mhm.
and it's the same joke.
There's my
Yeah.
favorite Bugs Bunny cartoon is when he was next door neighbor to a opera singer. His name was Giovanni Jones. You ever see that one where he was
Yes.
playing his guitar and he get upset because he was trying to practice and then he smashed the thing over Bugs Bunny's head and then Bugs Bunny says those immortal words, "You do realize this is war," and then he goes to the concert, doesn't he? He becomes the composer and really does
Conductor.
them in. That's
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious. That cartoon is so funny.
Oh yeah, and
Who
the
cartoons like that
Barber,
anymore?
the great music ones, the Barber of Seville.
Yes, that's
the
fun as well.
What's Opera Doc?
That's
The
fun.
Kill the Wabbit.
Kill
I
the
still
Wabbit,
use
yeah.
Kill the Wabbit to
Yeah.
help people remember that
But you
song
know
by
what?
Wagner, that piece by Wagner, and of course the one when the little mouse and him is doing the Hungarian Rhapsody #2.
Yes, absolutely. But my favorite character out of all of them is Daffy Duck. I think Daffy Duck always makes me laugh for some
Well,
reason.
it depends
It's-
which version of Daffy Duck.
Oh,
Greedy
not-
or
yeah.
Goofy?
not the goofy one, the one where he had more of a character. I think it was just
I
before
like
the
the
Chuck
Goofy
Jones
one.
ones.
Okay,
No, I
this
don't
one I'm
know
only
about
going to show a few seconds of.
that. Okay. That's who did these cartoons again?
Tex
Was
Avery.
this, Tex Avery,
Tex
yeah.
Avery was
Tex Avery.
one
I
of
got
the
his Blu-rays.
best.
Uh,
This is bad
Yeah.
here. This is really
Oh
bad.
no.
Let's see if I can find.
Tex Avery was a cartoon god.
yeah, he was a
Like,
genius. He
he
was.
was
He
a
was very
genius.
Yeah, he was. He
Oh
was.
my
Wow.
Here we
god.
go.
Chuck
Here
Jones,
we go.
Chuck
This is what I
Jones.
love. This is what I love.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love this cartoon.
I just love the way that he says it.
Chop!
Yeah,
Hassan.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant There's brilliant cartoons, and I love the cartoons where Bugs Bunny is digging underground. He always ends up in the wrong place, and he says those lines. You should have taken the left turn at Albuquerque. Always says that, and he's always got the map looking. It's like, they're great cartoons. They're fantastic and they're funny.
And there's
That's the
nothing
thing.
wrong with a stereotypical character. How
Yeah,
many times have I seen a stereotypical Scot with a Glengarry on and a kilt?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we don't all dress like that.
really? You're not wearing one now?
No. I'm wearing not.
Mega, one of my favorite ones is when he went to meet Count Dracula in the Transylvania.
Yeah, that
He's
was
like,
quite funny.
Abacadabra, and he's like, with the Abacadabra, and like,
Focus.
Focus Cadabra.
But they don't have that. As I said, it's a real shame they don't have cartoons like that today. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello there.
Questions might have to be brought up.
Should have taken that left turn at Cronus. That's what he should have done.
I knew I should have taken that
turn at Cronus.
But no, going back to Tex
Alpha
Avery,
5.
they just released 2 Blu-rays of his cartoons. They mastered it.
Is it cut?
No,
Did I cut it?
it's not cut, and it comes with a trigger warning.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. They used to be all over YouTube. Those cartoons, and then
I'll
suddenly
show
they all
you the one.
disappeared.
Oh, you can still find them. It's just you got to hunt for them.
All right.
So
Let's see. This one obviously is censored.
Which one's this one?
Let's see.
you got to go to
Jesus.
the independent
I already
channels
see where
for
it's
the
going.
decent ones. Yeah.
Oh, Droopy. I love Droopy.
Oh yeah, but you did hear what he says.
Can't hear it.
Oh, the sound isn't playing?
No, sound's not playing.
Nope.
Okay, let me try this again then.
Somebody's
Droopy's-
been looking at the Gary's Boomer card.
Well, at least he hasn't kicked himself off
Here we
the
go.
stream yet.
Hey, Blackie.
Oh,
Baby man.
no.
You look at some of the movies they've had to edit. They basically did it even well before the current one was the Battle of Britain. Or no, sorry, it was the wasn't it the Battle of Britain? And the dog.
Dog was called Blackie.
Yes, well, it was called Blackie in the movie, but that's not what it was called.
What was it called?
Well, I ain't going to use the N word.
No.
Oh, yeah, I do remember hearing about that.
That was the dog's name.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But in effect, even you're talking about that movie was what made 45, maybe 50 years ago.
Yeah,
They knew at that time, even then, that was something they couldn't use. They did actually. What they did was they did film it with the proper dog's name because of the time frame. It wasn't seen as anything. But when they released it on the DVDs and stuff like that, it was all changed.
yeah. Well, I don't blame them.
At the time, that now that's just thingy. But calling the dog, they could have called it Digger, whatever, but they didn't. They basically wanted to make sure they still kept the name as close to what it was representing,
Yeah,
rather than that. Because when you see it, it looks off because he says the dog's name and it's Blackie, and you're sitting there thinking the lips just don't sync. So you think you could have actually made the dog a different name because the dog was not really that important to the story. But
well,
it was just one of those things. At the time they made it, they had it, but when they released it, they knew, nope, can't do that. Which nowadays, if anybody comes across the original with that name, I would be surprised because it's been decades and it changed. And I think in that you look 10, 20 years from now, there's going to be nothing that we could recognise as what we watched when we were growing up.
well, you might be able to find the original one on because I remember when I was growing up, there was no such thing as VHSs or internet, and they had. I used to have this friend. My dad used to have this friend who used to have films on Super 8. So he'd have, I don't know, was it Planet of the Apes? But it'd only be like an edited version of the film,
Yes.
and he used to play it on his projector and
And
stuff.
but
So
I
you
know
might be able to
was
find it on a.
40 minutes or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. He had Star Wars once, and we loved it. It was like, oh yeah, can you play it again, please? You know what I mean? So. But those were the days, man, where it was very simple, wasn't it? It was, there was a simple time, really. Oh, here we go.
I've seen that one.
World War II one. Bugs nips the nips.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, trust me, this is on one of those banned. Those, I mean, that's one that's not on a DVD. You can find it on YouTube though.
I mean, we could play all this in Rabbit Stew. That's one of the censored 11.
No. We're not doing that one. I think I have a better chance of getting away showing the nips.
But it's crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? Though, I mean, even though it's offensive today, I still think these cartoons should be, should be classed as part of history.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Of their time, and apart from anything else, it shows how far we've moved forward. If you can't see how far you've moved forward, what's the point of a line?
I say that about Blazing Saddles too. Blazing Saddles is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, yeah. I basically went out and made sure I got a copy of it.
Yeah. Because banning films and banning stuff like that, right? That tells us that our society, all they want to do is censor stuff. And we shouldn't really censor stuff. We should learn from the past and be better in the future. But censoring stuff is not being better in the future. What it's doing is basically being bad in the future.
They're censoring things that are making a mockery of the thing that they're trying to censor. So like Blazing Saddles isn't something that is being holding it up as a good thing. It's basically doing the opposite. It's saying, laugh at these people who do that. This was stupid. Look how far we've come. And they're censoring that because they have got no concept that it's taking the mickey out of the people who thought that was good.
I don't mind these titles in the beginning of cartoons. I mean, I think it's right. I think it's right to put them in front of cartoons, but I think
they should reword it the way they say it.
No, it doesn't matter the way you word it. I think it's fine. I just think they shouldn't censor stuff. They shouldn't censor stuff that was clearly made for that time. You know, if it was deliberately.
I was just going to say, this is the title card that's at the beginning of the Tex Avery DVDs, the Droopy DVDs that are uncensored.
Right. Well, that's great.
Basically saying, but it's kind of going to its saying, these cartoons are being presented as they originally were created, because to do otherwise would be the same as claiming these prejudices never existed.
Yeah.
Well, it's just true. Well, you look at some of the most iconic movies, especially I grew up with. Roots. That gave the life and the horrendous treatment of blacks in America through the eyes of Kunta Kinte.
Yeah.
Basically, I still remember that, and I've only seen that. I saw it at the time. Such a striking program that decades later, I can still remember the impact it had.
Yeah, but you notice they didn't censor that.
Censor that because that looks bad. It's meant to look bad. It's meant to show how terrible people got treated and say, "Don't do this again." But no, they're censoring things that don't show that. They're censoring things that say these people are bad. They're saying, "Oh, but these people are in it. They need to be in it."
It's good because he went on to become, go on the Enterprise and stuff. So yeah, it was good. That character was on a cotton field. Suddenly he's on a big ship,
And reading Rainbow.
Good ending.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's good. No sound on this one. Well, let's do it.
Daffy. Love Daffy.
Is the sound playing?
No.
Yeah. Oh, I just watched this the other day. I love this one.
Human cannonball.
Says a duck.
Yeah. Oh, Hitler. So good. When was this made?
Oh, during World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a blast from the past, isn't it? That's crazy.
They did that in Red Dwarf as well, remember?
Yes, they did. They did.
Max made the comment, "The Führer's Face," the song by Spike Jones. I mean, that's a pretty... I don't think they could air that one today.
I don't think they should censor things in the past, though.
No.
I don't mind the bit in the beginning of stuff, but
explaining to people that this is a product of its time, not
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
taken and under current circumstances. I can
Yeah.
understand, and even a disclaimer if you say things like this was and is now seen as offensive, but at the time, even an explanation so people can understand why they've got
Yeah.
the disclaimer. I don't have issues with that.
No,
And
I
I'll do
don't.
this. I very rarely read anything that comes up before a movie starts anyway.
I don't. Yeah, I don't either. I mean, it's getting to the point where, you know, you can't appreciate. I was watching TV a couple of days ago, and one of my friends was on it. She does Twitch and whatever she does. She's a gamer, and she was on CNN. Would you believe, talking about how women are looked upon as sexual creatures on streams. But my friend, she's gorgeous, and she shows her bum a lot, and she shows her legs a lot and stuff like that. So where do we stand as males? That's the question.
Wait, and this is on your channel?
No, it's not on my channel. No, it's on her channel. It's on
I'll
her
come over there and watch it a lot more, brother.
But seriously,
You can tell
though.
it's on his channel because he doesn't have 14 million views yet.
Well, she's got a lot of views, but what I'm saying is that where do we stand as males? If I see a good-looking girl walking down the street and she's wearing a low-cut, you know, dress, whatever, what am I supposed to do now? Am I supposed to turn off that male bit of me and look away? Am I not allowed to look at someone that's beautiful anymore? What's the beef with this now? You know, what do you guys think? Since you
I'm
guys,
married, I
obviously,
don't think
Tracer can't answer. But-
Sorry, I'm married. I don't think about things like that anymore.
You liar.
I would claim celibacy, but I don't think I could get away with that either.
No, exactly. But as I said, have you got any views on that? I mean, what do you think? Do you think that we should now avoid our gaze? If we're on the tube and a woman's sitting opposite us and it's summer and she's got like a short dress and she crosses her legs and she's right in front of you, what do you do now? Do you just look down?
Well, that's
do you
where
look left? Do
you
look
really
right?
gotta. I mean,
I just turn
not
the
to get
page
into
in
the
book.
religious part, but this would be guarding the eyes.
So you look down, then you won't look at the person at all. Is that what you're saying, Father?
Wait.
Wait,
When you say looking down, are you? I would be looking at the face, not looking down.
No,
If
looking
you
like
said
looking
crossing-
down on the ground. That's what I mean.
Okay, no, I'm not saying I would look down. I thought you were saying something.
No, but the Father, how can you avoid anything else that's part of her? That's my question. You can't, can you? If she's sitting right in front of you, what can you do?
Well, I mean,
well,
but
she's
this gets
attractive.
into-
Sneak a
But
peek
this
and
is
look,
getting
and
into
then look
areas
to the
where-
side.
Did you
I
know
mean-
actually, years ago they did a survey on that? They had
Yeah.
males and females wearing a headpiece that tracked their eye line. And basically, so what they did was they showed the film. So there was men and women all talking. And as somebody new walked in, so if a woman walked in, most of the males, their eye line went to their chest or low. And they just basically, usually an up and down. And then a guy walked in and the woman went straight down. Then basically back up to the face. It's basically, it's
Is it
human.
wrong?
No, how can it be wrong? Because if it's sunk, everybody does. Male,
Everybody
okay,
does
so
it.
the way we were told is, you know,
whatever, we all do it. It doesn't
you
matter.
see a beautiful woman. Of course, you're probably going to have good thoughts, but the question is, how long does the first look last?
The first what?
The first look.
But see, a
Look last.
linger
Oh, I
is a
see.
different thing. A linger is a different
You
thing.
get a good
Naturally,
look, but
we
don't
glance.
linger.
Yeah.
Naturally, we all glance. If you linger, that's when it becomes creepy.
Yeah, you don't you get a good look, but you don't linger. Like that's what you do.
And it's what you do with
Yeah.
what you're seeing too. And
Yeah.
I can say this as a woman, maybe because we're naturally jealous. Yeah, I'll also look a woman up and down and say, that witch. She is. You know, women look at women's clothes and stuff for different reasons. It's like, oh, I know why she's wearing that shirt, and she's an SLU and I won't spell the last one. I'm just saying, you look at what you see, but yeah,
I sense trouble.
Well, no, you know what? Hey, women, we are daughters of Eve, and I will be the first one to admit it.
But that's what I'm saying. Both male and female, straight, gay, whatever, they all do. Everybody does it.
Yeah, everybody does
It's
it.
the difference between going glance or.
But you notice, guys,
doing it
that
because-
there's a lot of focus on men now doing it, and I know for a fact women do it as well.
Oh yeah.
It's obviously you can't just stare and be a creep about it. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause
No.
no normal person would do that. An idiot would do that, obviously, but no normal person would do that. But what I'm saying is now, because the focus is on men now, you just feel like you can't look at anything anymore, especially because it's so warm here. You walk out on the road and obviously everybody's wearing something that matches the sun. So you walk down the road and you have to avoid your eyes at all costs. And it's just getting a bit weird.
Wait, Ian, I live in Arizona where I see tank tops and booty shorts and all this stuff all the time. You look for you look for a second or two, then take it away. So you know.
I live in Scotland.
I'll get into the
that's how
theology.
people dress.
Yeah.
You
Sorry,
work
I'll
up your
get into the
eyesight,
theology
and then
here.
if all else fails,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
flights
ideally,
are blocking.
you want to see them for the person that they are, not as a thing.
Yeah, it's the ideal world in an ideal world, but when
We're not
nature
perfect.
takes over. But yeah, exactly. We're not perfect, and
Yeah.
you know, you walk down the road and you see someone that's really pretty. You are going to look, you know. And
Yeah, but
and if
but
that-
here's the thing: it's okay to look at a beautiful woman or a
yeah,
beautiful
but the
man.
the
know?
problem is if you do look at a beautiful woman, that woman takes offense, and she says something to you, and everybody hears. It's like you're a creep when all
Yeah.
you're doing is just giving her a glance, and that's happened to a lot of my friends. You know, to a lot of my friends that's happened to, and yeah, you know, I mean, how can you get out of that? This is the danger right here.
My gender and
Stay
my
home.
sexual preference.
Sorry,
Just ask her
Stay
if
home.
you're assuming your gender or sexual preference.
lock yourself in. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Join a monastery.
PJ. Sorry,
Hi.
PJ. What were you saying?
No, I'm just saying.
Monastery.
All you do is ask them if they're assuming your gender and sexual preference,
I know, but it's still. I mean, you know,
or
as
just
I
take
said,
out a white stick and continue down the road.
I don't know. It seems like they're trying to stop us from being males.
They're
It
basically
just
what they're
feels like
doing is
that.
want to draw attention to themselves by saying that people are looking at them.
Yeah.
But it's the same as all of us, males, females, whatever. If people look at us, does it matter if they stare at us? Yeah, I'm going to.
Well, if you stare and you do that intense stare, you don't do that.
No, you don't.
But if you go look for a few seconds, you're like, oh, she's really super attractive. Then look away, like look at your phone or your watch. Or I mastered that technique. And then you do something else, okay? You're like, oh, she's super attractive. Wow. And then just, look at your
And
watch,
most
look at your
people do
phone.
it subconsciously, so they're not
Yeah.
deliberately
Yeah, they
staring.
do.
They're just sort of, it's
I'm
a
gonna
glance.
lie. I like
That's it.
looking at beautiful women. Okay, I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm a red-blooded male. Okay, I love looking at beautiful women.
It's funny because my glasses turned dark because I've got these reflector things in the
So have
sun.
I.
So I'm
I've got
lucky.
that
So I
as well.
could, if I see some, I can look just briefly. They won't see my eyes. They won't see my eyes.
I would like to give
I've
an
got-
award to
my glasses do that.
Father
That's in
for
Scotland, so I've never seen them turn dark.
managing to remain completely neutral face throughout this whole exchange.
Yeah.
Well done, Father. Oh, now he smiled. Well done.
I'm just responding
You
to
know,
something.
you understand. No matter what you did, no matter what you did, Father, it was gonna be wrong. And that was the best
But,
extended
again-
stone face I've seen in years.
The whole thing goes back to, and then as I'm responding to Jester, I mean, the idea that you want to look at them as a person rather than an object for
Oh, yeah.
gratification. And that's really a hard thing to do. That is but as a Catholic, this is why we say prayers for purity, that we might keep a pure mind.
Yeah.
See,
That's not easy in this world.
See,
No,
I
that
was
is really
lucky.
not easy.
See, growing up, I was lucky. I got actually taught very well by my 3 older sisters. You don't do that. Ow! So basically, and then when I moved out of the house, my 3 daughters, you don't do that, Dad. Ow. So basically, I grew up around women, and believe it or not, they're the same as us. They've got the same feelings, desires.
Yeah, they are. So,
But you know what? I get this feeling that women are slightly stronger than men for some reason.
Oh,
I don't know. I think they
emotionally,
are.
yes.
Yeah, they are. And that's and
You
yeah,
said
God bless them
emotionally.
for that.
Obviously, you don't know a lot of women.
Oh no, I do. No,
I know we're
no,
hysterical freaks of nature.
oh yeah, she's right.
But in
Hey,
defense
there
of
is
women,
that,
I
but-
know what you're talking about.
You're
But-
talking about that's basically the outliers. You've got that. So
Of course it
it's
is.
the same
But
as-
by nature, we are emotional creatures and we're social creatures. And part of that is inbred or innate in us because we look after the home, we look after the hearth. So we do tend to be very emotional creatures.
Yeah.
See, the way I grew up getting told was, if you're wanting something done, ask a man. If you're wanting something done right, ask a woman.
Yeah.
And it was to do with the fact is, if my dad got asked to do something, we'd go and do it without thinking. We'd just go and do it.
Yeah.
And then my mum would go up behind him and fix it and lighten it up and make sure everything was working fine. And that was it. So the main work was done with my dad, and the proper work was done with my mum. And that's the way I grew up. If you want something done right, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a man. If you want done right, ask a woman. Because we don't look at details. We'll look at the big picture, and that's it.
I'm one of those people that looks at the details in my family. If they want something done properly, they come to me. So
I've got
I'm
a
just
bit
like,
OCD in some respects.
yeah.
That's what
And I'm like,
But
you
I think
didn't do that right. You didn't
players-
pick it all up over there. What is that glass still doing on the floor? You're like today, somebody dropped the glass, and my niece was like, she picked up all the pieces. I was like, do you need me to come over there? Because she goes, I got all the big pieces. And I said, it's not the big pieces I'm worried about. It's the little slivers that you can get in your foot.
Yeah.
So after she went out of the house, I went over there and got the broom. I got the little handle on the thing, and I went over there and swept up around it. I found tons of glass pieces, and then I threw them in the trash. It's just, I can't leave something undone like that.
I'll tell you what's worse. What's worse is when my nieces come round and you go into the loo and the toilet roll is there and there's no toilet roll on it's just the roll. It's just the roll. And there's like full toilet rolls down there. But they just leave
and
the roll
they
on
all
there.
have them like
Takes
on
a
a
second,
row.
doesn't it, to change it.
They
But
just leave the roll
on
there, and there's all of them there. Yeah.
That drives me crazy. I'm like, just take just a second to change it. Anyway, whatever. Sorry. I've gone off on one. Oh dear. Life, eh?
Do we have a title card yet?
What for Friday Night Tights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snort said there was a title card, but that usually means 45 minutes
Nothing.
to a half hour. So
That's Gary
the
being
title
late.
card's up there saying it's actually started 10 minutes ago, but it's
so that's like our show. Tomorrow and Sunday we can't be late because E3 ain't gonna wait for us. So we can't be late tomorrow.
Well, this weekend I'm actually going to miss most of the streams because I bought myself a brand new computer. So my laptop is starting to die and I can hear a humming on it all the time. So I'm going to literally, the whole desk is getting stripped down. Laptops getting taken off, new machines getting built, 3 new monitors built out. Well, 2 new monitors. So I'm basically going to have a big 42-inch and 2 monitors. And basically, I'm going to spend the whole weekend getting that all sorted. And then I'll turn on my camera and it'll probably still not work.
Get yourself plenty of wire ties. Save them from your bread, save them from everything.
I've got boxes of those. I work in IT. They're basically part of my kit.
I stream them
the
from my
first thing I
phone.
need to do before I take all this apart is get a pair of snippers and actually go through all the cable ties and unclip everything so I can reclip it once I've actually separated it all. But that's my weekend. No, nothing else except no stream this weekend because I'm having to actually spend the time to set up my new machine.
Maybe we'll get a different angle then when you set up your new machine. No, we won't get a different angle. We'll just get the same angle.
The nearest you're going to get as an angle is literally that.
Oh, right,
It's
okay.
basically down to my door, and my door is the TARDIS.
Okay. Okay.
So basically,
nice.
that's it, because it's not going to be at that side looking at my wall that side, because that's where all my pictures are, and they don't look as good.
You
Well,
mentioned
I-
different angle, and I had to.
got,
I think your angle right here looks pretty good.
Stormtrooper bed sheets. So there you go.
Yeah.
Stormtroopers on my bed sheets. So, you know, I'm
I
just as
wanted
big as everybody
the
else.
TARDIS one, but I was told no.
Mm. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, Iron
Nice.
Castle's place has gotten dark. What's happened there then?
Oh, I was playing around. Literally, I just changed my angle.
Oh, okay. Can't change my
There
angle
you
because I've got a desktop. So,
Yeah, that is my other camera that I was going to use for basically having a camera I can aim down and I could paint some.
Wow.
I can do miniatures and stuff with like brightest day.
All right, gotcha. Guys,
there
you
we go.
guys are so well organized. Me, I've just got my desktop and the camera that's stuck to the desktop, and that's it. That's all I've got. You're on
I've
a
got three
laptop, aren't you,
cameras, so I
Father?
have. But
Oh,
I got one because I was used to do Magic the Gathering, so I would have it for doing my decks and stuff like
Of
that.
course, it's now just what the heck.
What have you
Exactly.
done?
Just yeah.
Oh, what a great!
Oh, that's
picture.
an angle.
Oh,
That's
nice.
an angle right there.
That's-
It's crooked. Oh,
bring
now
that
we're
up.
at the roof.
That's so fantastic.
And because I can,
Oh, who's
Joker.
my one of my Cara Dunes,
that? Ah, Cara Dune.
and then
The vampire.
Excellent.
See,
Excellent.
classic movies, can't beat them.
Kiss of the Vampire.
ah,
Oh no!
I need to rewatch Army of Darkness.
Oh
That's-
yes,
that's
I've
on
got
Netflix.
Army of
always worth a watch.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I don't have
Army of
Netflix.
Darkness. Oh, you don't? Oh, okay.
Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. Superb.
I never saw
Oh,
Evil
man,
Dead.
Wait, see that?
Also, the TV series Ash and the Army of
no.
Dead is really good.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm just
Oh,
Oh,
Doctor Who.
nice.
Wow.
I want your
the Army
Londo.
of Darkness. That's basically the Evil Dead picture film as well.
I've got that Lone Hardy box set.
Yeah,
I've got it. Yeah.
I've got the
pretty cool.
basically, but that's basically my Army of Darkness. I've got the screen, the film. I can't even
All right.
remember the cells. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So you basically get the Army of Evil Dead 2, and the Army of Darkness with the cells. So
Yeah.
I do like. I'm a big Bruce Campbell fan. I do love Bruce. I've got my Bristol County as well.
Has he visited England,
He
Bruce? You know,
has
like,
visited Scotland a couple of times.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
But it's been years ago. So you're talking about minimum. I think it was about 7 years ago was the last time he was in Scotland. Because he did 2 books and he did so visited Perth when he was researching his book. And his second book, that was, he'd accordingly just been over to Scotland.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell's
Okay, so I
is a
gotta
legend.
share this.
Listen, guys, I need to go. My dog's just having a fit. So I need to go. I do apologise.
Okay.
I'll catch you
Right,
later.
PJ. See you later,
Thanks for
mate.
joining us.
Oh, he's
Okay,
gone.
here we go.
See you,
There
PJ.
we go, Bruce.
I remember these.
You don't need it. If you need it, you don't have it. If you have it, you need more of it. If you have more of it, you don't need less of it. You need it to get it. And you certainly need it to get more. But if you don't already have any of it to begin with, you can't get any of it to get started, which means you really have no idea how to get it in the first place, do you? You can share it, sure. You can even stockpile it if you'd like, but you can't fake it. Wanting it, needing it, wishing for it. The point is, if you've never had any of it, ever, people just seem to know.
Oh. Whole Spice. You've
never seen that one?
Clever, wasn't it? No, I've never seen. It's quite clever how they made them come round in a circle. It's quite clever. I wonder how they did that. I wonder how they did
Circular
that.
room.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe a circular room. Yeah, I didn't know you advertised Old Spice. Didn't know that at all.
That's a classic one.
Oh, is it? Never knew that at all. Oh, bless
Yeah,
you,
it's
sir.
an old one.
Thank you.
Ooh. Let's see. Got one from Jester of Roanoke. Got a Tom Baker autograph. It's him, older, much older, but dang it, I love it, and it is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, same thing with mine. I mean, I don't know what you mean by older. Is it an older picture or an older autograph, like recent?
It's probably recent, isn't it? He's probably
Because
talking
the
about...
one that I got from him is about 4 years old now. That's when his web store was still open and you could send things into him.
Mm. Is it a real autograph? Was it by him?
Oh yeah, you had to buy the autograph on his website. Then it would print out the certificate, and then you mail it with the postage and everything for him to send it back to you.
Oh wow, must be making a lot of money doing that, I guess. People have to make
Well, it
money.
shut down during the thing.
During
I'm
the what?
trying to think. What was it? I think I paid maybe £20 for it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Usually
That's-
people pay more than that.
Yeah.
I was
They
happy with
actually
it.
do.
Well, it had to be if you pay 20 quid. So
Is
yeah,
a quid the same thing as a pound?
yeah, a quid.
Okay.
Yeah, one quid is £1 basically.
What,
So,
they
yeah.
don't call them pounds anymore?
They do call them pounds. It's just a slang. It's a slang word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a quid. Yeah, a quid, or they used to call them before that. They used to call them something else, didn't they? Shillings, pence, and shillings. They used to call them, but that's died out. We still say quid. We still say grand. We still say stuff like that. So yeah, England's a strange place. What can I say? So there you go. But yeah.
Oh.
What's the
Okay, that
matter?
reminds me of one more thing.
Go on in.
I think I shared this one with you. Hold on.
He was brilliant in Burnt Notice. Definitely, Max. Definitely brilliant in that show.
Let's see.
What are we looking at?
Okay, hold on. Oh, wait. I'm just bringing up the clip. Let's see. Oh, let's see. I just noticed this comment. Come on. There we go. Whoop. There. Tom's Health about 5 years ago. I dropped a bit of money on an autograph. Yeah. And that's the way I justified my Shatner autograph. Just because Shatner is getting to be old.
He's 90, is he
Well,
not?
he is old.
How old is he?
1991. We started our
91.
first stream.
90.
Yeah.
Just turned 90.
Wow, he's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this.
I will take this. We don't accept American currency, sir. Of course you do. That's the most wonderful piece of paper in the world. Accept it.
Very sorry.
Fine. Enjoy the fact that your royal overlords are a frail old woman and a tiny baby.
Love Ron Swanson.
I wonder. I mean, I hate to be a bit morbid, but I wonder what day or what will happen to this country when she does pass, when she does, go the Queen.
Oh, there's gonna be a huge
there's
fight.
videos made
Yeah.
about what's going to happen.
Is there? I wonder. I actually wonder
Well,
what's
it's
going
like
to happen.
7 days of mourning, isn't it?
Yeah, and then, but who's going to take over? Is it going to be Charles?
Well,
Is
they
it
There's
gonna
gonna
did.
be
William?
Let me
it's
see if I
gonna
can
be a
find it.
huge fight in the family to see who takes over.
Oh,
FNT just started.
Yeah.
Oh, did it? Oh, okay. Well, that's goodbye then.
okay. Well, thank you guys for joining me. We'll catch up with you later then.